Employees with COVID-19 pose plenty of challenges for employers. In this video, I'm going to talk about what tests an employer can and cannot require of employees with COVID-19. To find out which tests can be required and which ones can't, stay tuned. I'm Gordillo. I've been a lawyer representing small business owners for more than 25 years. I'm here to give you tips and insight into how to use the law to turn your dreams and visions for your small business into actions and results. On this channel, we focus on how to build your business with a solid lift foundation of great legal, insurance, financial, and tax systems. So if that interests you, consider subscribing. Today, I'm going to follow up on a video of 2 weeks ago when I talked about what a good employment policy should look like for COVID-19. In particular, I want to take a closer look at COVID-19 testing. And knowing in advance what tests you might require and are not permitted to require of your employees is essential to having a solid legal system in place as part of your lift foundation for your small business. Now, if you want to know more about your business's lift foundation, I'll tell you at the end of this video how you can get my 20-point lift confidence assessment for free. In the prior video, I advised that before permitting employees to return to work from having COVID-19, employers can and should require the employees to obtain negative test results to show that they're no longer a risk. As businesses across the country continue to grapple with how to safely reopen during the COVID-19 pandemic, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, the EEOC, recently advised employers that requiring mandatory antibody tests for employees before returning to work violates the Americans with Disabilities Act. So let me explain how what I said before remains correct and how employers are limited in their ability to require certain tests. The EEOC issued its new guidance on antibody tests last month as part of an update to the agency's technical assistance document that answers employer questions about workplace issues related to COVID-19. I'll provide in the description below a link to the EEOC's website where you can get all of the latest guidance from the EEOC. Consistent with the advice I gave in the earlier video, the EEOC had given an update in April and expressly authorized employers to conduct viral tests and temperature checks for the COVID-19 virus as a precondition to employees returning to work. But that update did not address antibody tests. Now, it's important to note that an antibody test is different than a viral test. A viral test determines whether a person has an active COVID-19 infection, while an antibody test assesses whether a person previously has been infected and developed antibodies to the virus. In its more recent guidance last month, the EEOC cited the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention guidelines, which states that COVID-19 antibody tests should not be used to make decisions about returning persons to the workplace. The CDC's decision is based on a current lack of scientific data on COVID-19 antibody testing and the level of immunity antibodies may provide. Based on this lack of evidence, the EEOC determined that, at least for now, a COVID antibody test does not meet the ADA's job-related and consistent with business necessity standard for medical examinations for current employees. That said, the EEOC acknowledged that since antibody testing is still evolving, its guidance may change in the future if such testing becomes more reliable. The EEOC noted that requiring employees to undergo mandatory viral testing as opposed to antibody testing does not violate the ADA standards. This is because viral tests have been proven effective and reliable in determining if employees re-entering the workplace are currently infected with COVID-19, and an infected individual poses a direct threat to the health of the other workers. In short, if you're looking to reopen your business and want to put in place safeguards to prevent the spread of COVID-19, you should not require employees to undergo COVID-19 antibody testing. Doing so will put you at risk of running afoul of the ADA and potentially getting hit with discrimination lawsuits. But requiring your employees to undergo viral testing and temperature checks as a precondition to returning to work are both completely permissible under the ADA. Indeed, public health authorities advise that employers should take every conceivable precaution when developing workplace infection control practices. And these two preventative measures Viral testing and temperature checks are among the most effective. Now that said, because temperature checks may miss asymptomatic individuals infected with COVID-19, and viral testing only detects infections for a specific time period, viral tests and temperature checks are not 100% effective. To this end, these measures should always be part of a comprehensive return-to-work strategy to prevent COVID-19, and that should involve a variety of other safety precautions, such as social distancing, face masks, and hand washing. Keep in mind that the EEOC and other regulatory agencies are driven by public health guidance, which is constantly evolving and largely depends on the current stage and severity of the pandemic. Given this, you should consult with us as your family business lawyer to ensure that you're staying current with the latest developments in safety and employment law requirements. Now, as promised, if you'd like help in identifying where to start on your lift systems, click on the link below for a free copy of my 20-point Lift Confidence Assessment. You'll use it to score yourself and focus on what you need to get right first in your business to have a solid lift foundation. And if you found this video worth watching, hit the thumbs up button for us.